Here, the Vol start time. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to remind people of the poll. Let's do that. There's your poll question. And it looks like the people who say zero sum, that's grown pretty small. That's pretty darn small. The group that Tony Vitello wouldn't like is a very small group.
Exactly.
In terms of got to making the finals, got about 25% of it. But the vast majority of you think, yeah, they're already playing with house money. This has been a great season. We're good with it as is, which is impressive. I'm surprised, a little bit surprised that it's that high a number. But then again, we have rational fans that watch the show. All right, Vol start times. Let's take a look. There we go. Chattanooga, night game. NC State, night game. Kent State, why that's a night game, I don't know. But that's a night game. We knew those three already, but the SEC and ESPN announced this past week start windows, which is a new thing, which I like. It's the rare time when a network and a conference seem to be doing something for the fans.
Yeah.
Hey, now you can kind of plan your day if you're coming from West Tennessee or traveling. Exactly. You've kind of got an idea if it's going to be afternoon or night. Chuck, any surprises on that list for you?
Well, one, I'm still trying to figure out if that's the first 7:45 kickoff for the Kent State game, and I guess there's been 7:45 games. Yeah. The one that jumps out to me is Mississippi State. Is that really going to fall in that 6 to 8 o'clock window? But other than that, I think it's kind of like where we've seen these games before, especially if you look at who else is playing.
Bob, we talked earlier. There was one thing that surprised you. I don't know if you remember.
Well, I just want to say right off the bat, I think this is hot garbage. My ode to Will.
Yes, there you
go. I cannot remember when we discussed.
You were surprised there were that many potential night games. You thought, boy, they think they're better than you think they're going to be.
You know, and I guess here's the way to look at it is that
I had to remind you of your negativity.
The 3:30 is probably that's the golden spot. It always was on CBS.
Yeah, I don't know that that's going to be the case.
And that's just it. But no, but I like at home. I love night games. I know it makes it tough for a lot of people. Heck, Chuck, back in the day, if me and you were covering a game, it would have made it hard on a deadline. But I love the night games over at Neyland Stadium. So yes, I now remember. It did surprise me.
that there was something night games. Let's pop it back up for a second if we can, and we may not be able to. But the one thing that stood out to me that I thought was going to be, I think it's telling. Those last two games are just such trash. They're back at 1 o'clock and noon.
Garbage.
Hot garbage. I didn't want to say hot garbage again, but there you go. At Georgia, boy, if you lose to Georgia, and let's face it, most teams in the country who play them are going to lose to Georgia. So the odds are you're going to lose to Georgia. What a disappointing end to the season that you talk about humdrum. I mean, that's just going to cast a pall because there's nothing to get you excited again. Playing Georgia next to down there that deep in the schedule, and then you got crummy UTEP. If you get spanked by Georgia, there won't be 15 people at that UTEP game. I don't think.
Well,
they are showing up for Akron.
Where are you at if you lose to Georgia? Yeah. If you lost to Georgia, but you still got a chance to go 10-2.
Okay.
I think people will be there. But if Georgia's like loss number 4, then I think you can probably find good parking.
Yeah. And maybe maybe UTEP will bring in this exciting offense that'll at least catch your attention a little bit.
But I agree with Chuck though. Right. The Mississippi State game was a surprise.
Right.
I just didn't see that as being a primetime game.
Maybe that'll get flexed out of there.
That had 1 o'clock written all over it.
But I just wonder if that's SEC Network night game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got to have some over there that go head-to-head with the big good night games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got some duds on this schedule. And here's the term again. You've got some, Chattanooga's a useless game. NC State, Kent State's a useless game. So that's 2. Arkansas at Arkansas, Florida, Alabama, Kentucky, Mississippi State. You should beat Mississippi State, but we'll see.
Should.
UTEP, garbage. Vandy. So 1/3 of your schedule stinks. Chattanooga, Kent State, UTEP, and Vanderbilt. That's just.
Yeah. I can handle the stinky Vanderbilt garbage, though.
I want them out of the league.
Just because they're an SEC team.
And it happens that way almost.
Terrible. Get rid of them.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Punt them. Get rid of them. It's another reason the SEC needs to go to a 9-game schedule, so you're not stuck with 8, and your only permanent rival is Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
They do not belong in this conference. They should be punted. Get rid of them and bring in Duke from the ACC.
I was just thinking
Duke's a better program than Vanderbilt.
Oh, by far.
Okay. When we come back, The Athletic says there's more on the line for Tennessee than Oklahoma when those two teams meet in September. Do we all agree with that? There's more on the line for the Vols than the Sooners. Come on back, we'll discuss.